It's been over 8 years since the original City Skylines was released, and not only did it become the undisputed go-to city builder game, it literally took SimCity out into the woods to deliver a shot in the back of its head. For the last few years, fans, including myself, have been desperate for a sequel because as fun as City Skylines is, ultimately it is an 8-year-old game and it's definitely showing. Enter City Skylines 2, which is about to be released. The game is meant to be an upgrade to the original in every sense, new UI and controls, a much bigger map that allows you to create sprawling cities and little towns around it, a complete rework on the pathfinding and traffic AI, and honestly, when you look at some of the screenshots for City Skylines 2, I genuinely have to do a second take at it just because of how realistic it looks. Like, come on, looking through these, it finally looks like we're about to really get our next-gen city builder, and that has me excited. However, the phrase next-gen city builder is something that its developer, Colossal Order, took literally, as it turns out City Skylines 2 is going to be an absolute beast of a game to run. Forget the old memes, can it run Crysis 3? No, from the spec test run so far, you might be hearing, can it run City Skylines 2? So German-based PC Games Hardware did some early benchmarks for the game, and the results are quite shocking. It's worth noting that the test was done in a fairly large city with a population of around 40,000. With running the game at 1400p, you can see here that even with an RTX 4090 card at high preset settings, the most FPS achieved was around 28.8. That is absolutely crazy that City Skylines 2 is unable to run higher than that. Things didn't change much when running at 1080p, with the 4090 achieving a max 38.1 FPS with the same high preset settings. Obviously, not everyone has a card from that current generation, so even those mid-range PCs with something like a 3080 card, well, you're still going to have some serious issues running the game past 24 frames per second based on these benchmark tests. It didn't take long for these kind of articles to begin popping up and understandably causing panic amongst fans eagerly waiting for this game. Remember that back at the end of September, Paradox announced that City Skylines 2 would be getting delayed on consoles till the spring of next year, and it's quickly become obvious as to why that was. Paradox has since come out and released a statement covering the current performance of the game. City Skylines 2 is a next-gen title, and naturally it demands certain hardware requirements. With that said, while our team has worked tirelessly to deliver the best experience possible, we have not achieved the benchmark we targeted. Not achieving the benchmark they targeted is a understatement. If you having the top of the range PC card struggling to run this game, maybe a bit more should have been done to properly optimize it. But like, don't get it twisted here, a part of me is glad that developers are aiming to deliver next gen experiences. So when the likes of Reddit user City Nation says he's not going to torture his 1070 with this game, well my man, you're already torturing your card by not putting it to rest. This might sound peak, but developers shouldn't be too focused on cards that were released over 7 years ago. I'm sorry boys and girls with cards from that generation, but maybe it's time to save up and invest in upgrading. But that doesn't excuse the fact that Paradox is essentially releasing a game they know is going to struggle in terms of performance. I mean, fair enough that the publisher has acknowledged these issues before release, but still, I'm not going to praise a company for being honest about the state of the game when they're releasing it and charging people top dollar for a potentially near broken game. Of course, for those who have Game Pass, you won't need to stress about spending X amount on City Skylines 2, as the game will be on Game Pass release day 1, so you can watch it run terribly on your PC like that. Paradox has said that over the coming months, a lot of work will be focused on getting City Skylines 2 to run as smoothly as possible. So who knows, maybe for Christmas, Paradox will deliver a flawless experience to us all. The frustrating thing is that basically all reviews coming out for City Skylines 2 are praising that this is an excellent game, especially considering this is the vanilla version with no DLC. It seems like from a gameplay point of view, Colossal Order has created a base game that should be a great foundation for further expansions down the line. But until the performance issues for this game are ironed out, I fear that City Skylines 2 is about to get absolutely savaged by the PC community throughout its launch window. Comment down below what you make of all of this. Have you got an older card and are worried? Have you got a new card and have zero intention of buying the game now? Or are you going to say, F it, how bad can it be? Let me know down below. Catch you in the next video. Peace.